Welcome to another video by Pharos Technology. This video is a follow-up to my Cartesian product video where I told conceptually why you might want to do a Cartesian product and gave somewhat notional examples. I have received a response back from one of my users. Carl here said, "Great explanation. Would like to see the data example you mentioned in action." Well, this video is to you, Carl. I'm going to go ahead and show one of those real-life examples that I used at work to perform a function that was critical and made my life a whole bunch easier when I implemented it that way. So I'm going to show a quick database here that I developed that is going to require just a little bit of explanation before I actually show you what I did. What I have is a database called the Oracle Data Relationship Manager, or DRM product. It houses what they call hierarchies, and these hierarchies are plugged into other applications to fulfill the duty of creating a reporting hierarchy for various disciplines within finance. So what I have to do at times is I have to look for parents that have lost their children, so to speak. Parents at a level 1 that don't any longer have a level 0 leaf element. Now, the level 0 leaf element is where the data actually resides, and having a parent just hanging out there just messes up the reports. So it's desirable to get rid of these parents and make sure that they are removed from the hierarchy so they don't, so to speak, pollute the reporting data. So when I pull the data from DRM, I can identify in DRM these parents that don't have children. So by the time they get to this database, I already know which parents don't have children. And when I pull that data, I pull it from a business plan version and from what they call a standard version. And so I've got the business plan version here, and you can see there's 273 records. And I have a standard version here, and there are 275 records, all of which have no children. So what I wanted to do, or what I needed to do, is I have to create a script that I run in DRM that modifies the data to tell these parents to go away, basically. I move them to another location where they don't get sent to my actual reporting applications. In order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you with just one record out of each one. So I have taken, and out of all those 270 plus records, I've taken and shown one here out of the business plan version and one here out of the production version. And so I'll show you with one from each one. And there are two things that I need to do. The first thing is I need to set their approvals. In other words, their approvals tell them when they can be published into the reporting system. And oddly enough, to make this whole thing work, I actually have to tell it that yes, they can be pushed into the reporting system. And I do that with a simple query here. And you notice here I've got 3 data tables. Now, the data tables have the childless parents data. Now, remember, this childless parent one has 1 record in it, okay? It also has 2 other tables. Now, the 2 other tables is what I create my Cartesian product out of. The approvals table, there are 3 items that I need to set an approval for. And when I show you, it has a ready for validation, ready for review, and approved. Those 3 indicators have to be set to true. The next thing that you see in the query is you see the business plan versions. Now, in business plan and in the database for production, there is a sandbox version and a production version, okay? The sandbox version, we make the changes and test them, make sure that they're correct before we push them into the production version. So as an admin, I want to make sure both of those stay in sync. So therefore, I'm going to change it in both. So I have 2 versions, and I'll show you the 2 versions here, in work and published. Now I opened the standard ones, but the business plan ones say current business plan in work and business plan published. You see the word published in the middle here. Okay, so I have two tables that are going to create Cartesian products, one with 3 records, one with 2 records, and then of course the one record that I want to create this list of 5 different script lines that I'll go run in the data relationship manager. So let's go look and see what that ends up looking like. So I'm going to close those other tables and close that. Okay, and as I view this as a data set, you can see what happens then is here I have the 3 status indicators, okay, and then 1 for each version, in work and published. So you see the Cartesian product at work here. You see the in work version getting 3 different approvals, ready for validation, review, and approved. And you see the published version over here getting ready for validation, review, and approved. Okay, so the next thing then is I also do that for the standard version. And so if I go down here, it's just a duplicate. It's just a different set of data. So I have my 3 tables. And when I take a look at it here, it does the same thing. So Carl, here was a real life version of what I do at work when I need to solve a problem where I need to multiply the rows and not really change a whole lot of the data. This individual name right here is the same for every single record, but I needed 6 different lines in order to accomplish everything I needed to, and a Cartesian product was the shortest and simplest way to get there. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks to Carl for such a great question, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks. If you enjoyed the content that you saw today and would like to help me grow the channel, hover your mouse over my picture to the left and click on subscribe. There are also other videos showing on the screen that you might enjoy.